Everybody has problems on this journey called life. The question is, how do we address these issues and take steps to manage stress and emotional turmoil? While exercise, travel, meditation, and yoga are all good ways to stay sane, addiction to anything is one of the deadlier options, specifically food addiction. Crazy, right? But that is what our 600-pound patients are confined to. So, in today's video, we'll show you some of the most delusional people on the shows. Let's roll. June McCamey.
I'm a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. As far as your therapist that you want me to see,
when June first appeared in season 4 of the show, she relied almost entirely on her partner, Sadie Gregory, to do everything physical for her, including bathing her. Every day, June wondered when her body is just gonna give up. The 44-year-old weighed in at 590 pounds. Like many others before her, McCamey's weight problem began with her grandmother's delectable cooking, but after 4 pregnancies and gaining weight each time, the death of her son was the final straw. McCamey became addicted to food, and her weight spiraled upwards as she ate for comfort. Dr. Now's gastric bypass surgery was her last hope. The Texas native made incredible progress, losing over 300 pounds by the end of the show. The reality star revealed she was getting therapy and focusing on staying positive in a follow-up episode, which helped her get approved for her crucial second surgery to remove excess skin. But as is the case with food addiction, one can never predict when things will turn around in a person's life. It appears that she's doing well so far, but uncertainty about the future remains.
I'm looking forward to seeing the doctor again and seeing how far I've come this past year.
Melissa Merscott.
I have a hard time facing the reality of my life.
Melissa Merscott's episode begins with her recounting her bleak childhood, during which she was subjected to verbal abuse from her parents. She didn't entirely blame her parents for her weight gain, but still, Melissa continued to believe that her weight problems stemmed from her mother's treatment of her. She spent the entire day talking about her parent calling her stupid, but to make amends later, they would make adult-sized dinner plates for her. She also revealed that her mother would force her to eat everything on her plate, even if she was already full. That explained why, by the age of 13, she had ballooned up to 250 pounds. She got pregnant at the age of 15, and when she disclosed the news to her mother, she drove June to the clinic to have her child aborted, which scarred her for life. She was filled with regret and guilt after that. As a result, she began to snack on food to help her cope with her emotions. However, she realized that the food was not assisting her in overcoming her depression. As a result, she dropped out of high school at the age of 16. But years later, she found hope in the form of Dr. Now, who assisted her in regaining control of her life. And we watched Melissa drop 150 pounds. Despite losing 440 pounds overall, she was not eligible for the weight loss surgery.
I'm happy you asked me out.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm happy you accepted.
Robin and Garrett.
I know we both can't keep going like this, but if we can do this together, I feel confident we at least have a chance.
Season 7 featured Robin. She had always struggled with her weight. By the time she graduated high school, the woman had tipped, weighing 350 pounds, and was completely reliant on her family for survival. Her brother and a young nephew, both of whom were morbidly obese too, would frequently bring her large amounts of food. Because of her weight, the former teacher had to resign, and because the cartilage in her knee had worn away, she was forced to use a wheelchair. By the time she got to Dr. Now, she had gotten to 648 pounds. And as Robin's brother Chris had suffered a heart attack and was unable to travel, Robin's nephew Garrett joined them in Houston. Garrett's peak weight of 607 pounds alarmed Dr. Now, given that the young man was only 20 years old at the time. He could soon become the heaviest man alive. For both of them, the encounter with the bariatric surgeon was a wake-up call. To reach their weight loss goal, the duo worked extremely hard to lose weight. After a successful surgery, Robin was able to reduce her weight to 394 pounds. Garrett Rogers, her nephew, has also made significant progress in terms of weight management. He went from 607 pounds to 337 pounds with the help of Dr. Now. The two of them both lost 42% of their body fat with working together. And by the end of the episode, Garrett was able to begin training so that he could try his hand at making a living as a welder.
I
I've lost over 220 pounds and I'm able to do a lot. It's time I start pursuing a career.
Jennifer and Marissa Jess.
I've gotten so big now that the strain of all that weight on my body makes every part of me ache.
A mother and daughter team were featured in season 6. Jennifer Jess and her daughter Marissa Jess, their combined weight was around 1,000 pounds. Jennifer, like the majority of the show's participants, opened up about her traumatic childhood, which included being sexually abused by her stepfather. Worse, she revealed that her mother was aware of the situation and did nothing to intervene. Jennifer turned to food to help her cope with her childhood trauma. She gave birth to her daughter Marissa at the age of 16, and that is when she also sought substance. The excess weight had a negative impact on both of the women's lives, as Jennifer became reliant on her daughter to help her care for her, while Marissa was overwhelmed by it all, leading to compulsive eating and obesity. The mother and daughter duo were successful in losing weight and dealing with their personal issues by the end of the show. After losing 210 pounds, Jennifer weighed 426 pounds. Marissa weighed 341 pounds, having lost a total of 232 pounds. Jennifer eventually ended her relationship with Dwayne, whom she accused of gambling and doing drugs. The entire journey brought the mother and daughter closer together, resolving their differences. Silas Givens.
I can't believe I've let my life get this bad, all because of my weight.
Silas Givens, a young man from Detroit, was one of the stars of the show's 7th season. Givens had a loveless and lonely childhood, and as his story unfolded, viewers learned that he turned to food for comfort. Things improved dramatically after he met Jessica and her daughters. He was, however, unable to overcome his food addiction. His mobility was hampered to the point where he couldn't be there for Jessica and the girls. They were a source of emotional support for Givens, but he realized that he needed medical help if he wanted to live a normal life. His weight climbed to 729 pounds over time, rendering him essentially bedridden and oxygen dependent. Silas knew that if he continued down this road, he'd either lose the girls or his life. As a result, he traveled to see Dr. Now in order to lose weight. However, after a broken past and a rocky start, he was committed to working with Dr. Now's regimen and bringing about some positive changes. He was approved for surgery by the end of the episode. Silas lost almost 388 pounds in total, bringing his weight down to 341 pounds. It restored his faith in life, prompting him to propose to Jessica, who accepted. Since then, the two have made a commitment to each other to live a healthier lifestyle. It's unclear if he's married, but he's settled in Carolina and works at Contact US Communications as a customer service agent. Before we go on to the last psycho and crazy moment on our list, we'd love to hear your thoughts on today's video, as well as if you have any other favorite shows that you'd like to see on our channel. Doug Armstrong.
Remember what it's like to live without pain. I know I need help. I'm gonna die.
We learned in Doug's episode that his mother, Julia, abandoned him when he was a child. However, we later learned that she had left not because of Doug, but because of her own violent temper and fear of harming him or anyone close to her. And by the time he got in touch with Dr. Now, she had married a man. Doug's ballooning weight doomed him to a life of immobility, chronic pain, and a likely early death, unless he underwent major treatment, surgery, and calorie restriction. On his first weigh-in, he tipped the scales at 684 pounds. By the end of the episode, he'd lost 222 pounds, but things had changed sharply on his Where Are They Now episode. The father of 3 young children was struggling with carb cravings for the wrong foods and juggling energetic children while trying to exercise and stay on track with his weight loss, seemingly impossibly. Armstrong had made incredible strides and had continued to amaze Dr. Now while he was in Houston.
About a month ago, there's been a change in my diet, and about a month ago, I just stopped eating meat altogether.
But after leaving the program, Doug's wife, Ashley, was concerned that Doug's careless, carb-laden lunches and meals would derail her husband's hard work and progress. She had reason to be concerned, as his calorie selection was critical to achieving his goal weight. Doug managed to get back on track and lose 79 pounds in 2 months, dropping below the 400-pound mark for the first time in years, despite all of this adversity. As a result of his progress, he was approved for the first of several skin removal surgeries.
It's a lot of fun, and I know Ashley appreciates it.
Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.